This is Matrixlord212, and welcome to the Everything Show. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about the Aladdin trailer that came out today. I know that we've had issues with the way Will Smith looked, with that being blue and all that. But judging this new trailer, it's pretty damn good, actually. I like the way it is. The only problem I have, well, there's probably going to be more problems, but one of the big problems I have is Jafar. I don't agree with the casting of Jafar. And even the guy's voice, he sounds like not the right fit. So I don't know how this movie is going to be. I know people are going to be upset because they love Robin Williams as the genie, and he passed on, and we got Will Smith. But I'm willing to accept and see how he does as the genie. It looks stunning. Some of the graphics, the thematic, the costumes, I don't have a problem with it yet. So I'm probably gonna see Aladdin when it comes out. It looks good to me. All right, so I want to talk something else too. We got some comments about Captain Marvel. Now, here's the thing, and I really hope you guys pay attention to this. And the fact is that a lot of times my opinion is not going to be your opinion. Okay, I'm going to like things you don't like. I'm going to hate things you love. And because I don't have the same opinion as you doesn't mean that your opinion's superior, or I lowered my expectations, or I lowered my standards. I never lowered my standards, and I never change for anybody, and I never change for any movie. So, and the one of the things that really bothers me is that people compare one movie that I like to how I rate and judge every movie, and that's total bullcrap. So what if I loved Ghostbusters 2016? So what? I know we were never getting the original Ghostbusters back. I know the backstory that Bill Murray wasn't talking to Harold Ramis for so long since Groundhog Day, and then he finally made peace with him, but then he was sick and he passed away, and he still doesn't talk to the daughter. I know that they needed his permission, to get through all the Ghostbusters back and script approval for Ghostbusters 3, and he did not give it. He did not want that. He didn't want it. So they made it where they had to get his position, his permission to move on, and he chose not to. So they had to pay off him and a few other Ghostbusters so that way they could do a brand new thing, brand new universe, to allow the franchise to continue without the original Ghostbusters. Now, this is the way they wanted it. So what are you going to do? You get somebody else, they make a new team, they make a new universe. They make it where, they go in a direction they want to go, okay? So you can't have fault with the director and the actors. This is the way Bill Murray wanted it. Of course, he likes Melissa McCarthy, and he was going to cameo, and he was going to, actually more than a cameo kind of, he was going to do his scene, and stuff like that, but as a different character. But they didn't disrespect the original Ghostbusters. It was a brand new universe, brand new characters, okay? And common sense is that there's going to be more than one Ghostbuster team, okay? As we pass on, there's going to be Ghostbuster movies long after we're dead. There's going to be different teams in the comics, in the cartoon. There's different teams, okay? Different members, new members. It's going to happen, all right? So, yes, I would love to have my original Ghostbusters team, but we didn't have that. So, he did spend a lot of money. It looked like he spent a lot of money. The graphics were amazing. The gadgets were amazing. It was a fresh thing. Got a whole new fan base because of it. Did a lot of money merchandising-wise, although it wasn't a lot of money, movie-wise, but you know, they said there was going to be a sequel. I thought there was going to be a sequel. There's not a sequel. Now we got Jason Reitman, who is Ivan Reitman's son, is a big director, wants to do his take on the Ghostbusters, and it's not, you know, all the stuff about, you know, the original Ghostbusters coming back or teases. They're not coming back. They're going to do teenagers, which again, yes, I understand we have to have Ghostbusters team, but I never saw kids as Ghostbusters. I never saw the seriousness of, you know, ghosts and monsters, you know, and saving the world. Like, I never saw it as kids being Ghostbusters, and I never in my wildest dreams would ever think that they would do that, which is why I'm completely opposed to it. It doesn't make sense. This is not like a kid movie like Cody Banks or some like Spy Kids or whatever. Like, it doesn't make any sense to do that. So I'm torn with that. It's like I'm not happy with that, and I really think if you're gonna go and do Ghostbusters 3, it has to be with the original Ghostbusters, and because Howard Raymond passed on, you should have his daughter in it. You know, he had a life other than the Ghostbusters. He had a wife. He had a kid. He passed on naturally. Don't make it like, you know, he died because of a ghost or whatever. That'd be ridiculous. So, you know, that's the point, is that I loved Ghostbusters 2016. Did it have problems? Yeah, I mean, I didn't like them bashing the fans. I didn't like them, you know, saying people, you know, first of all, you're going to have people that like and don't like a movie. And, you know, that's the way it is, but you don't bash the fan base. And I think that's where they got into trouble. And also they got into trouble when they tried to take a political stand and, you know, represent Hillary Clinton and the fictional characters. You can't do that. Sony was against that, so there was at odds. And then there was spending all this money that the stuff that they spent for this big dance number never happened because they cut it. So I think, yeah, the money went a little crazy. That's true. But it happens. You know, you accept it. And to Dan Aykroyd to go after the director, I was against. You know, and yes, it was cute to have the Stranger Things kids have the Ghostbusters thing, but that doesn't mean that the fans want Stranger Things Ghostbusters. And what do? Exactly what I said they were going to do. And once I found out there was teenagers, they are going to cast the kid from Stranger Things, one of the kids, as a Ghostbuster, which is ridiculous. Okay? I was against when Dan Aykroyd suggested it. I was against like him leaning towards kids being Ghostbusters. It's a serious, serious thing. And I'm against it. It should be, they should work it out and get the original Ghostbusters back, and that's it. So, getting back to the main topic about talking about Ghostbusters, you know, we get stuff sometimes, and you know, I appreciate your comments and everything else, but sometimes people come in there a little hard on me. Sometimes regular subscribers, like I think David Blythe was talking, you know, about the, you know, lowering my standard. I didn't lower my standards. Okay, I go see a movie, and if I love it, I like it, I dislike it, I hate it. That's the way it is. I'm not going to psychoanalyze it, why I liked it, why I loved it. I just did. Okay. And as I said in the other cast, maybe it reminds me of, you know, when I'm doing my books and it's all about rising from the bottom and fighting back and all that stuff. And I do that with my poetry, my story, and my fictional characters and everything. You know, it reminds me of just like, you know, getting up and trying and putting your heart and your soul into it and everything. Maybe had a lot of emotion and feeling that I like that. You know, could be that. So I don't know, but I just love it. I absolutely loved it. And that's the way it is. I mean, and again, at the same time, I don't change my opinion about the actors in general because that's a completely different thing. So I don't need to explain anything else. Now, look, there are issues with Captain Marvel. I understand that. But overall, I loved it. I went into there. I thought she did a great performance. I didn't see any of the stuff that people were saying they saw with the, you know, SJW stuff. I mean, there was some stuff, a little bit, but it didn't bother me from the overall enjoyment of the movie. Now, yes, I do have an issue with the Tesseract because I don't understand how that makes sense. And I was talking to my, you know, my son about it, my son Joe, and talking to my people about it. I have no idea how they, it kind of screws up continuity and different things. But overall, hopefully they explain that one day, or something towards the effect. And again, I hope that Captain Marvel goes into the Avengers and not be the one that stops Thanos. That she helps and they all work together as a team. The Avengers do that, and not just focus on her. And also that she's not the face of the MCU, like Spider-Man was supposed to be. Now, whether they changed that because they are upset that Venom did well and Spider-Verse did well, and that now Sony has a bigger stake and a bigger say with contracts, and they didn't really want to go in that direction. I don't know, but the last time I checked before this whole Captain Marvel business, Spider-Man was supposed to be the face of the MCU now, and him being part of the Avengers and him doing all this stuff post Endgame, post Far From Home. So I don't know what changed or why it changed, but we'll have to see what happens. Looking forward to Endgame. I'm looking forward to Far From Home. I'm looking forward to a Black Panther 2 and a Doctor Strange 2 and a Black Widow. But I really want a Phase 4 announcement. That would be nice. So I want to see what you guys, because this is a live stream. So I want to see what you guys think. And I'm going to start doing everything shows. Sometimes without guests, sometimes without members, because a lot of times there's news and stuff that I want to talk about, and sometimes people are not around, and I'm gonna wind up doing that. Like we got the news that I guess Section 31 spinoff of Discovery is not coming out for a while. Now, I don't watch Discovery, like the new stuff. I've seen some episodes of season 1. I didn't think that was happening. Okay. Picard, I see them gun ho for, yes. But they're going to wait and see how Picard does, and then they'll do Section 31. They're not just going to populate the streaming service with all kinds of Star Trek spin-offs. They're going to reserve judgment. It's not going to happen right away. Get used to it. And then as far as the movies go, we don't know what the hell's happening with that. We know that Quentin Tarantino is still doing a Star Trek movie. That might be the Star Trek sequel, and they might get Christopher Pine. It might be the Enterprise crew that he does. Maybe City on the Edge of Forever. Might be. We'll have to wait and see. One of the stories I wanted to talk about yesterday, and get a chance to, Taika Waititi is going to possibly write, I guess, and direct Time Bandits for Apple. I guess it's going to be a series. I love the original Time Bandits. He's going to helm the pilot for the series, which, that is something I've been dying to see, like a sequel or something, but this is going to be a reboot, I believe. So that is going to be awesome. I fully feel that he's the great man for the job. So there's that. I guess there's talk around about Tron3. You know what? I don't have anything against it. But I don't really think that there's a push for it. I don't really see there's that much interest in it, but they think there is. Okay. There is also talk about another Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, while I didn't see the first one, I'm a big fan of Queen, so I have to see that soon. I don't know why there would be a sequel, because wouldn't that just be an original One Piece thing? Like, I don't know. Now people get sequel crazy lately, so it doesn't make sense to me. I am looking forward to the third Jumanji. James DeVito in it. There's a lot of more actors going to be in it. Reese Darby is coming back for the third Jumanji. They're filming it now. I saw Jack Black's YouTube channel. Karen Gillan, and she was playing Crash Bandicoot. That was awesome. I like his YouTube channel. It's great. What else do we have here? Tell me that I put this on private by accident. Nobody can comment. That is just terrific. I think that's what happened. Oh, man. Why did I do that? All right. So let's see what else we have. Kind of upset about the Happy Death Day not getting a third one. I like the first one, but then again, I can't really be sad about it because I didn't see the second one. If I see the second one, and if it starts getting like repetitive, then of course I'd be like, oh, you don't need a third one. I usually like sequels, especially like with stuff that I like. You know, I like the first one. So I mean, Friday the 13th, we're not getting any right now. Upset about that. But certain horror things that I like, I would like to see sequels to. So we'll see. It looks like that's not happening. Box office wise, Captain Marvel, I'm going to get some numbers later to see how she did Monday. I'm pretty sure she did excellent. Going to Happy Death Day to you, that was 60 mil, almost 61 million. And the original Happy Death Day, let's see, and I'm talking about worldwide too. Domestically, only almost 27 million. Original Happy Death Day had 55,683,845 domestically. You know, so it's not doing what it needs to do so far, and it's pretty much dropping out of the box office in general. It would be nice if we can get a jump. I would love that, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. People are talking about Captive State. I did finally see the trailer. I don't think it will knock Captain Marvel off at all, but stranger things could have happened. I mean, I don't know. What else is there to talk about? Anything? Oh yeah, I was reviewing on my secondary channel. Give it a look. Matrixlord212 Channel 2. I review comics. I was reviewing the Unstoppable Wasp 3, which I wasn't crazy about. There was some stuff I liked in it, but then I really liked 4. So I'm going to stick with that book. As I said originally, I might just get the 4 issues and that's it. But there's still more issues coming. So I mean, I'm going to stick with it for now. I'm going to be reviewing more Avengers on there. I'm going to try to get variety because I don't want it just to be, because I got a lot of Avengers to review. So I don't just be like Avengers. So I want to get like, I might get the Conan Barbarian #2, Conan Barbarian #3, and then I have 4. So I got the cover with Carnage. Not Carnage, Spider Goblin. Not Spider Goblin. Jesus Christ, Red Goblin. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up some books on not Wednesday, Friday, and we'll see how that goes. Why didn't I put this? Oh no, maybe this is not on private. Okay, something's messy with the. I don't know why. Well, maybe it is on private. Maybe people can't see this. Oh, there you go. You can see it. They replied, okay, Batman vs. Ninja Turtles animated trailer is out. Okay, I'm gonna have to give a look at that and review and talk about it later. That's cool. I'm sure it's, I love Batman. I love the Turtles. I wish we got some news about the new Turtles movie, which I really wish it wasn't a reboot. I kind of wish it was just continuation. I like trilogies, so it would have been nice, Stephen Amell, being that he left, he's leaving Arrow, for him to reprise his role as Casey Jones. That would have been good. I have a feeling we're going to see him in Marvel. I have a big feeling something may happen. You know what they could do? He could get jacked, right? And they could turn him into U.S. agents. The guy that had mental issues and they made him Captain America and everything. That would be ridiculous and hysterical. to see. And then, I don't know if Captain America's going to die or not, but Bucky maybe would have to take him out or something. I don't know. But that would be interesting to have him become, Captain America and the U.S. agent. That would be, wow. He might make a good fit with that. Oh, did he? Wow. That's so weird that he got into an argument with Batista because, like, you should never, like, burn your bridges, I guess, but especially since his show's ending. Why, David, did he get into an argument with Batista? Over what, possibly? Batista, they're talking about him being in the Suicide Squad, too, which Idris Elba is a nice choice for Deadshot. And again, I'm not a DC guy, so I don't really know too much about these characters, but Twitter arguments. Yeah. I mean, I would think he would want to just not fight with anybody and, show ends Arrow and then maybe he can go anywhere. I have a feeling he'll wind up somewhere, just like we had Human Torch, with Chris Evans and Captain America. So I could see Stephen Amell being in the Marvel Universe. Definitely. Oh, okay, yeah, because we know that Stephen Amell loves wrestling, right? So he says that Batista is more of a celebrity and taken away from the wrestlers of WrestleMania. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I know as a fan he's being critical, but the thing is, didn't The Rock come back a million times too? Didn't, like, everybody else do movies and come back too? I understand, he's taken away from somebody else's storyline, but didn't they always do that? Isn't it not really? I mean, not really him, more so than, the Vince McMahon and the team there that's really, working it out with him. I don't know. Can't really blame him though, unless they're looking for an angle where he's going to fight Batista, like Stephen Amell. I don't know. Never know. That could be a thing. All right. So yeah, today I was feeling nasal, not feeling too hot. I'm gonna have to take a walk. I'm gonna go to JH2 Comics. I know it's not comic book day, Wednesday is, but get some air. I got to work at 4. I worked on the book a little bit today, the new one. I opened up the Ghostbuster glasses on my second channel because you know what it is. I want to use them. I mean, certain things you're just gonna look at. I'm like, why am I just looking at the glasses? Like, I'm a fan of it and I want to use them. So, and I do want to get the other 2 Ghostbuster glasses too. I don't think there's more than 4 though. I want to get more, like I was saying on my second channel, Marvel Legends, eventually. I want to get, like, my Spider collection. I want to get, like, all the villains lined up. And I want to get the little villains of the Marvel Legends for Spider-Man. Like, I know Hitting the Tron comic had Sandman one I saw. So I might want to go there, pick that up on the weekends, maybe. Or not. My schedule is going to change with the work soon. Because certain jobs are ending, but then there's going to be new jobs replacing that. So hopefully when everything is situated, I'm off on the weekends like I used to be. Because that was a thing I used to love, being off on the weekends. Haven't been off on the weekends for a while now. So I would love to be off on the weekends, if possible. It would be nice. A guest enforcer or guest referee, maybe. David saying about Stephen Amell. Maybe that would be. I'm sure maybe Stephen Amell will do wrestling thing for a little while. What's he going to do when Arrow ends? Don't know. I really fell behind with the CW stuff. That's terrible. I mean, I'm trying to juggle so much stuff lately, and I totally fell behind on Supergirl and The Flash and Arrow, like, bad. Like, I just, Game of Thrones is coming soon. I gotta watch the new Walking Dead. I should watch it today and get caught up. And then do Walking Dead stuff. Talk about it later. There's a lot of stuff going on in Marvel I want to talk about too. The big Carnage storyline in August. There's the stuff going on with the War of the Realms in the end. Again, I've been against collecting this whole War of the Realms stuff because it's going to be very expensive. A lot more than my budget can handle. And the funny thing is, if you notice, you know, sometimes I'll either buy a lot of games or buy a lot of, when Doctor Who was, you know, then Titans, I would be buying boxes of Titans and Titans and Titans and Titans and Doctor Who stuff all over the place. Then when there's no Doctor Who stuff, I was buying a lot of games, video games. Now I'm kind of like shying away from the video games because I'm having issues with the memory and all that other stuff. So I'm want to put my money into the comics now. So, but I don't know if I want to spend money for this War of the Realms extravaganza, which is the biggest money drop in there, you know. So yeah, I'm not behind in Supergirl as much as you, David, but I'm behind in it enough, you know, where there's quite a few episodes this season that I missed. I guess it could be too because sometimes stuff happens in a thing and you don't like what's going on. You're like, you know, and then it's like you kind of drop off, you know. It happens. I think I'll get back into it though, you know. So what else? I'm excited that that Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man comes out this week. 17, not HU, 17, which that's something I totally don't agree with, them having a number and then an HU and so there's two, you know, 16, 17s. It's like, and they, you know, Dave Blight said something, they think that they even extended it further to I guess 21 or whatever. It's like, and the funny thing was the Black Cat one was better than the other 16, you know. So, and again, the thing is, you know, people will talk about Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy, right? And they'll be, you know, and I know, David, like, I don't know if you and I agree about this. I think we don't, actually. But I like them together, the Black Cat and Spider-Man. And, you know, what's coming out is, like, in the past, they were trying to say, like, oh, it was the thrill of it, she was in love with Spider-Man and not Peter Parker. But that's not entirely true. That was, like, one writer's perspective of it because, you know, and I understand, like, according to this, you know, she wasn't head over heels for him, Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Well, we got this whole thing that's just confusing me. One of these days, I'm going to have to sit down and talk to you on Messenger because they had the Mephisto deal where saved Aunt May, changed the timeline, erased everybody's memory of him. But then Marvel got such heat, and then they did a contradictory comic where they said Doctor Strange erased everybody's history and sent Peter Parker back in time, which is totally, like, you have two different things. Now, that wouldn't make any sense because then it would change. Like, they said that all the things happened in the comic happened. So, meaning that, you know, all the comics we read, they weren't married. Which, now you're saying that none of that stuff happened. So, one of these days we have to really sift through it because certain writers believe certain things, you know, just like certain writers believe that he killed Gwen Stacy when it was admitted in the comic he didn't. That if you have a super villain that has super strength and throws a 99-pound girl, that snapped her neck, which was reality. And Green Goblin admitted in the comic, which is canon, that he let him have the guilt all these years because, you know. And the funny thing is that now in the comics he saves everyone the same way that Gwen Stacy died, and nobody has a problem with it because the Spider Sense works. You know, the problem with that story, which they're kind of doing with the Craven one, is if you remember when he fought the Green Goblin and to try to save Gwen Stacy, he was sick. Okay, he had the flu. He was bad. And you don't usually get sick. That was like a thing. Not necessarily the Spider Sense or whatever, but the Spider Sense is always working regardless of being sick. But he was sick. Now in the Craven thing, he's sick as a dog too. So you're like, oh my God, is somebody going to die too now? Because, you know, whatever. That is, I think, what they're hinted at. And again, I never believed for a second that Gwen Stacy died because of the web, because they even proved it wouldn't make any sense that that would ever happen ever in reality. I don't agree with the. Okay, let me see what he's saying here. I liked Monel and Supergirl. I know I'm jumping around people. I'm sorry. I liked them together. I didn't like it when they were apart. And now he's not on there at all. Yeah, I seen correctly. It was in my hands, but I will get it on Wednesday. I'm fine if it's an extra size Amazing Spider-Man 17. See, that's another thing is, again, I have weird. I hate all this clone garbage. I hate that the Lizard's son's a clone of his son. Like, you know, it's a clone of his son, a clone of his wife. Like, even the Kingpin said, "Don't clone conspiracy." That's not my wife. Knowing he knew it. So I just, you know, I don't want this to happen. Like, they had Ned Leeds in it, and it wasn't Ned Leeds, it was clone Ned Leeds. And it's like, oh, God, please don't start doing this. Don't start throwing clones all over the place now. This is like, it used to be contained with nonsense. Now it's just all over the place. I don't want them to start doing that. And one of these days, I hope they can explain to me how so long Professor Miles Warren was doing the cloning thing, and he sucks at it so bad that Mr. Sinister could clone people. They don't fucking evaporate. High Evolutionary can clone people. They don't evaporate. Everybody is great at cloning, but I guess the first person cloning, Miles Warren, can't fucking handle and do it. Which I think he was the first one that was doing it before anybody. I have to look into that. But he's terrible at it, which, you know. What was that? I don't know if that's really Scott there on the chat. Let's see. Is he there? You want to come in, Scott? Oh, there you are, Scott. Okay. Let me see if we can get you in here. I don't know what he's talking about. Said something sucked, but I don't know. Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, the Nightbot stopped you. Ha! The Nightbot silenced you, huh? It's like, you can't say donkey balls.
Oh, hey, I censored as much as I could.
That's what it did. It didn't recognize you as a member. Yeah, I was trying to invite you because you know what is half the times that thing don't work anymore.
Yeah, so when I came in, I noticed I missed a call. I was looking at YouTube as well. So
okay, because Facebook has been not working well with me communicating with my members lately, and a lot of times we miss each other too. So, all right. So you saw the Aladdin trailer?
Yes.
You didn't like it?
I liked it. It was quite good.
Oh, you did like it?
I will say this much. I also saw Beyond the Trailer or whatever, her little show, and they had a picture of the poster. And I'll say this much: they should have kept Will Smith his original color, because I still can't get over the whole him being looking like he's suffering from lack of
holding his
oxygen.
Breath. Yeah. I don't like Jafar. Don't like that guy. The guy actor. He's like, do this for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Jafar don't talk like that.
That voice is.
Jafar is older, and Jafar don't talk like that. No. So I don't know.
Do you think that it has something of a Bollywood feel to it?
Yes. Yes. It totally is a Bollywood.
Yes.
Aladdin.
And it should. And I'm sorry, it should be.
Yeah, but Jafar needs to be older and deeper voice and whatever.
He needs to be more menacing and not this little. Oh, do this for me, and I will.
I know they wanted to keep people like diversity like it should be, but in that case, I would have welcomed anybody that is I'm not against the actor, but
No.
sometimes
Yeah, he just had a much more menacing voice.
There's sometimes there's miscasting, and you know, you just need a deep voice and a strong Jafar. And where's the mustache? Where's the thing? He doesn't look anything like it. I'm not really crazy about it. I don't know what they're thinking. You know. So yeah, let me see what else was the comments. We're getting a lot of comments. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that about Disney in March 20th.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, that's the merger date. Yeah.
So within 2 years, we're going to have a X-Men and all that movies too.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do.
I know.
You know, we were talking like Spider-Man was supposed to be the
Fantastic Four.
Spider-Man was supposed to be the face of the MCU, and then they changed it. Why did they change it? Maybe because they're having issues with Sony. And then all of a sudden Captain Marvel was like, Captain Marvel, everything. Which, I love the movie. But she shouldn't be the face of the MCU.
No.
She shouldn't be the one to beat Thanos. She shouldn't be that. You know, they're going to mess it up. Yeah, so it's amazing how I was looking at the figures to Happy Death Day. You know, we're not going to get a sequel unless they decide to take a leap of faith and do a third one. Which I got to see the second one first before I can judge the third one. But
yeah,
I'm just being biased because I love the first one. So yeah, tomorrow's comic book day. You know, got some Spider-Man stuff to do. Got some stuff to review on Channel 2. What else was I talking about? Oh yeah, have you been up to date with Supergirl? Because I've been behind.
Yeah, I watched last night's episode.
Has it been good or has it been crap?
It's good.
I think
last night's episode was good, but of course it's one of those. In the end, they come together type of things.
Oh yeah, no, super friends, whatever. What else is there to talk about, Scott? I mean, there was tons of stuff we had before.
Once again, Dreamer wears her outfit and ties it through pretty much half this episode. So,
right. Okay, are you interested in a Tron 3 or no?
Not really.
See, that's it. Everybody's like the same thing.
If they made a decent enough animated series, I could see it, but not a Tron 3. No.
Okay, it looks like Alexander Skarsgård and Arnie Hammer. It looks like they may be in the Invisible Man from Universal Pictures. I don't know if it's going to be part of this Dark Universe thing. I think the Dark Universe thing is done.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to do single movies and not even like
what
the
universe. I think they should do with the Invisible Man, if they're going
to
go that route, don't put it in modern day. I think that's what what hurt. Yeah, I think that's what hurt this last Mummy movie is the fact that not only did they, instead of making it a horror flick, they made it an action flick. They had it in modern day. If they had done like a period piece in a sense, it may have done better.
I don't think they wanted to spend the money. That's the whole point. They got cheap because they wanted to do present day. But that's stupid, though. They should.
I know, because to me, when I think of the Mummy, I think of back in the time in which the whole Boris Karloff one was.
Yes.
And I think if they'd done that back in the 30s, have it set up in that area, which I also think that's what really hurt Green Hornet.
I missed the actor from Mummy.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. And they did make a reference, and I think that was awesome. The fact they made a reference in that movie as well. But like I said, I honestly think it really hurt the movie with Green Hornet, the fact they tried to make it in modern day. If they kept the actors but kept it in the time period like the 30s and 40s, it may have done better.
Yeah. That's true. So, Far From Home, I really hope that, they don't screw that up.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I'm going to like it compared to, because now he's got over that stuff now, and he's Spider-Man, and he went through Infinity War and all that stuff, so Endgame. So, I wish there's some Doctor Who stuff to talk about. There really isn't. We're getting starved with it. What's the next movie you're gonna see, Scott?
I don't know. It's really up in the air.
Yeah. Oh, and Captain Marvel 2, that's probably a definite. It's probably in 2021. More than likely. And there's supposed to be 3 movies in 2021 that we don't know what it is yet.
What if we're going to do Rambo as the second or third one?
Do what?
You said Captain Marvel. I wonder if they're going to go the route of sort of introducing Rambo as either Captain Marvel or whatever.
They're not doing that. No, they're not doing that. It's going to be Brie Larson. Just, they're not going to do that at all. They're not going to confuse the crap out of you. Then they're not going to make like 5 different Captain Marvels. And yeah, they're not going to do that. Not yet, anyway. They might introduce the daughter as an adult.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but I don't think they're going to do that yet. Because, again, it's taken away from her, She has the powers, So, I'm not a fan of the Eternals, so we'll see how they do with that. According to the thing I'm reading, they're dead. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That
might be something they put on their streaming service if that's the way everybody...
it's not. It's a movie right now.
Yeah.
Until they get demoted like Inhumans did. Which I hope it gets demoted. Because I don't want to see that as a movie. Nobody really likes
that. There's
not
a draw for it.
It's like they'll name drop it in the comics to try to pump it, but nobody gives a crap about it. Just like they tried to do that with Humans, to try to force feed it to you. Nobody cares. And not for nothing, but Winter Soldier and Falcon, I would rather a movie than a stupid streaming service.
True.
That's worthy of a movie, not of a streaming service. Especially Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I would rather see something with Skeleton.
Vision and Scarlet Witch movie. Of course, they'll call it Scarlet Witch and Vision, but Scarlet Witch movie, and even Loki deserves it. See, you know what it is? They want to make stuff for streaming, but this stuff is too good to even be like. Yes, you can have good stuff on streaming, but you're wasting it now. You can have movies with that, All right, we're gonna get out of here for now. I gotta get going. Scott, hopefully we can do Rehobians tonight if there is news or not. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye for now.